everyone, and welcome back to the Blackwoods Bracken series. Now, before we go ahead with today's episode, I quickly want to take time to talk about a couple of things, mainly concerning episodes 23, 24, and 25, the last three episodes that I've been playing as King Gironca Blackwood, and that I have labeled as alternate timelines. Now, most of you probably have a pretty good idea about what that means. It means that I somehow messed up the save game, because what usually happens with my recordings, I actually have a save for each and every individual episode. But sometimes, as you can see, for example, episode 14 does not have a save, neither does episode 20. And this is just, sometimes I record in bulk, so I record 2 or 3 videos at a time. Simply because there's nothing where I feel like I need your guys' input that much, right? So I can just keep going on my own. And that was exactly the same case with episodes 23, 24, and 25 as King Gironca. Now, for some reason, the last episode actually was known as... Actually, we'll talk about that later. So basically what happened, episodes 23, 24, and 25, I recorded in a bulk, and I didn't save after each episode. And when I was then trying to save after episode 25, I hit save, and the game would crash right then. So before I was actually able to save all my progress, the game crashed and everything was lost. Now, I was pretty bummed out about this, and then I, went back to check out what is my last save. And because I named it for some reason King Gironca or Gironca Blackwood 23, I thought this was the progress of episode 23, and naturally I uploaded 23, and then I thought, I'm just gonna delete 24 and 20, my footage for 24 and 25, and would redo these episodes. As it turns out, however, May 1st, 1829 was the start of episode 23, so all the progress of that video is also lost, because I won't be able to recreate it entirely the same way that I've done it previously. So I realized afterwards, after I've already published that video, that this is actually already the beginning of this alternate timeline. And then I decided, I've already shown you something that I won't be able to recreate in any case, so I might as well show you episodes 24 and 25 as well, because I've already done the work, I guess. So that's why I recorded these episodes, and I've labeled them alternate timeline just to kind of let you guys know what's been going on. Now, that also kind of made me think about maybe I should abandon King Gironca for now, simply because, I would have to replay this, but things would be different, and that's kind of annoying. So I thought this is actually the perfect time to make the transition from the Blackwoods to the Brackens, which is why I've then introduced Bracken and the Mountain Blade part of this series. So this is basically the explanation for this whole alternate timeline thing. So things will be different from playing from now on. So most likely, for example, Cleos is not going to die, but we'll see. I will give control of the Blackwood realm and the Trident over to the AI, and I will from now on focus on Bracken. So things will definitely be different. Now, that being said, I want to actually go back to obviously focus on Bracken, and as we all know, he doesn't actually hold any land currently, so we would have to switch to Mountain Blade. But since we are in CK2 at the moment, I want to take this time and actually talk about the political situation in Essos, because we haven't really been focusing on that too much since we're too caught up with our own realm here in Westeros. So we do know obviously about this big war of the Dragon King Aegon, who's also the king of Pentos, and Braavos. So these two realms are at war, and it seems as though that Braavos is actually winning quite a lot by 72%. So they want to abolish slavery not only in Dragonstone but also in their Pentoshi holdings. So that means, first of all, Braavos is a free city, so it's Lorath and maybe some others, but Pentos is not free. And it turns out neither is Myr, because New Valyria actually is currently in a war, actually against Qohor, and will very soon take over that technically free city as well. So New Valyria is definitely on the rise, but they're also defending against Myr at the moment. And the title of that war shows me that Myr has been vassalized by New Valyria before, but has now risen up in rebellion. Now, on the defender side is obviously New Valyria, but also the Archon of Tyrosh and the Magister of the Disputed Lands. So this is something that is obviously even more important for Theo at the moment, because he is actually in Tyrosh right now, and we see Tyrosh is not unified. We have the Archon of Tyrosh, who controls, well, very little land, and then we have a independent Magister, but these two, I guess, entities are actually not fighting each other at the moment. They're actually in a war together against Myr. Now, Lys is still technically independent, but they're actually fighting a slave revolt at the moment. Now, they're winning that one, but that obviously has severely weakened them. And this whole situation in Essos, that basically each of these big nations is fighting someone else, has created a vacuum in the Stepstones, which was filled by, believe it or not, a wildling pirate king. This guy is a wildling. I don't know how he's made his way over here. Perhaps he was taken as a slave, although that would probably show his former slave trade. So, I don't know. He must have just gotten here, and now he rules as a king, which I think is ridiculously amazing. But yeah, at the same time, also kind of scary. Now, he has so far control over 5 of these 9 pirate islands. And actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, yes, 5, and there's still 4 independent lords, and he's currently fighting a war against one of them to consolidate his rule over the Stepstones. And this is very interesting, because if he happens to actually completely consolidate his rule there, this guy could become an actual threat, especially for the free city of Tyrosh. And we know that Theo Bracken has just arrived here in Tyrosh, and he has been talking to the Archon and many of the nobles, and since they're currently in war, they're obviously in kind of need of sellswords, especially some trained knights that could take care of these pirates, especially the Pirate King ruling from Bloodstone. So we'll talk more about this issue and the general, I guess, situation once we're back in Mount & Blade. So we have learned that the pirates are an actual threat to Tyrosh, but also probably to Lys and maybe Myr. And it could only get worse if we allow this wildling pirate to gain more strength in that area. So we're gonna have to do something about this, and this will most likely give us, or earn us at least the favors, if not the trust, of the nobles of Tyrosh and the surrounding area. So what I've been doing was, obviously I've also been building up our army a little bit, and we'll talk about this a little bit later, but for now, what I've been doing was, I've been talking to, obviously the Archon of Tyrosh, but also to the Magister Belicho of the Disputed Lands, and well, they have told me that if I was to take out this pirate hunt here on Bloodstone and all of the other pirate lords, I would be made a lord, and I would be able to rule Bloodstone in my own name, of course, as long as I swear fealty to Tyrosh and obviously, well, deal with all of these things on my own. They will not help me, they will not, well, send me any troops to help deal with these pirates. They will only defend their own things, but if I manage to get rid of this pirate king myself, I'm free to take Bloodstone as my own holding, and that seems like a pretty good idea, because obviously we're looking for a home. We're looking for a home for our family, especially our 2 kids, Idira, the 13-year-old, and obviously a young son, the 2-year-old Jeremy. So I think this is a pretty good idea. I don't know if 32 men are enough for now to actually take the castle, but it's enough to at least scout. So I think we want to go ahead and make our way over to Bloodstone, and yeah, we'll see and kind of scout. Yeah, I guess we're gonna just scout out the area right there and see what the defenses are like. Now, we have actually been yeah, we're gonna make it to Bloodstone, then we'll talk about our party. Actually, where's the harbor? Oh, there it is. There's a natural harbor. Good. I was just for a moment I didn't see it there. Okay, so before we actually make our way to Bloodstone, I quickly want to check out our party. So, of course, we started with the Sir Theo Bracken, and our wife, the Lady Shella Butterwell. We have our Septon, our kinsman, Septon Alan Bracken, and then our 2 loyal Riverland Knights. And I've also, I'm not sure if I mentioned that, but they are now part of a household group as well, because they're gonna have to stay back to protect our children, our wife, and Ellen Bracken. Now then obviously we have hunters and then several other men that we've actually gathered by protecting some Westland caravan right in that area right here. So if you remember, obviously these lands, Pentas, belong to Dragon King Aegon, and this area right here is very dangerous. There's a lot of smugglers, pirates, and slavers because all of the troops are fighting up in the north. All of the Pentoshi and Dragonstone troops are fighting in the north against Bravos. So there's almost no one left to defend this natural harbor right here, and especially with the rising power of the pirates right here, this is the home of bunch of outlaws. Obviously these outlaws fight each other, but they also prey on well, they try to hunt down caravans and other innocent people. But yeah, so I've been helping out these people, and this is how I've actually grew my levy. There was one caravan from the Rock, and we have actually managed to convince 2 of these men-at-arms to join us on our journey. And then most of our troops obviously are a couple of armed villagers that have joined us, but most of them obviously are from either Lys or Myr or Pentas or Tyrosh. So yeah, this actually is pretty cool because the new version of this mod, the Clash of Kings 2.2 version, has introduced faction troops for each Essosi free city, which is great because before that I don't think they had special troops. They had more like a generic troop tree, and now each one of them has their own unique faction or troop tree, and this is kind of cool. So we will be able to check out some of them, not too many. I think it really depends. I'm not going to go all the way to Norvos Cohor, it's very unlikely I will do that, but you can obviously check out these guys and they look pretty cool. So I think I'm going to focus with the Lysini, I'm going to focus on archers. The Tyroshi, I'm more going to focus on men-at-arms because I don't personally like these skirmishers. They're very weak because they only have 4 throwing spears, and then they just have a sword. They don't have any shields, mostly. So I don't really like them too much. I will get rid of them as quickly as I can. But these Lysini archers, they're actually pretty cool, so I'll keep them around. And with the Myrish and Pentoshi, I haven't really decided what to go with. Probably Pentoshi, we're going to go for crossbowmen. But yeah, we'll figure that out. For now, let's make our way to Bloodstone, because this is supposedly where this pirate wildling king is having his seat. Okay, so we arrive at Bloodstone, the former stronghold of the long-forgotten kingdom of the Stepstones and the Narrow Sea. Well, it's long forgotten, but it might actually, well, make its reappearance in history with this new king. But yeah, let's enter Bloodstone and take a look around, especially look at the defenses and at the state of this stronghold. Well, it's for sure not really a big stronghold, that we can say, but it's not bad. It actually has several I guess ports. Well, one port, but several ways or several docks, I guess. But yeah, let's not talk about this too much. Let's actually look at this stronghold. Now the walls look quite formidable. This one square gatehouse tower, I guess it is. There's one person there. We're supposed to talk to him. Apparently he's not. Apparently he's the only one currently. Now we know that the Pirate King is obviously off to fight his war against Grey Gallows, so he might not actually have left anyone behind, which is foolish. But he's a wildling, you know, what does he know about castles? I think he thinks that they defend themselves. Okay, interesting. Now it seems to me as if you might actually be able to get on that hill, and then take on the castle from now. But as I can tell from these campfires, his army has not left, or has left only recently. So let's actually talk to this guy right here and see what he has to say. Okay. What do you want? I'm looking for pirates. Yes. They ain't here right now. Yeah, I knew that. They all went to the south of the island. Was going to prey on some Murray galley, they said. I think you don't know really what you're talking about. But anyways, what's it to me? Well, it's not your, yeah, it's none of your concern. So I'm very interested to know whether or not this guy will actually... Is he the only one going to defend Bloodstone from us? I mean, we have only 38 men, but if he's the only one, we're definitely going to take this castle. Interesting. But yeah, I guess we're gonna have to check out this pirate haunt in the south here, if we really, well, want to know more about about the whereabouts of these pirates. So let's actually, well, yeah, let's actually just go ahead and take these guys out. Okay, so they're here. Nearing the camp of the pirates, you can soon see the shapes of tents huddling around the abandoned ruins of a long-destroyed castle. You notice that the earth around it is oddly barren, almost as if it's been scorched by fire, hot enough to eradicate all signs of life and melt the uppermost layer to a hard crust. Well, in any case, we're gonna have to attack these pirates. We don't know what happened here necessarily, but it doesn't matter to me. Okay, so we have our household with us, but we want them to, actually, we want you to stay back. Now, these knights obviously would be quite useful, but I don't think I want my, my wife to be there. I could use the help of these knights, though. Now I'm actually a little bit annoyed that I have not, put them in separate groups. Okay, apparently Alan has found some stones that he can throw. Okay, well, I guess we're just gonna have to deal with this on our own. Let's take care of this guy first. Yep. Oh. Come on. Oh, my wife. No, stop it, wife. Ah, Alan. Okay, so we've killed the pirate captain. And Alan. Wow. Pretty good. Wow, good job, Alan. I'm surprised. I am surprised indeed. Well, I guess our household was quite useful, so let's let them follow us. We've taken care of the captain, whereas Alan has taken care of one of the regular swordsmen. I wonder how many more men they have left, but I guess we're gonna find out. Are you following me, guys? You are. Good, good. So this could be a longer undertaking, I'm guessing. Apologies, guys. I have caught the sniffles, so I had to cut the video here. But anyways, so we have been cutting down these people. Unfortunately, my wife, my dear wife, has been hit. Look at this. She has been hit by a javelin. Septon Allen, can you please take care of her? Please, I need you to do this. But also, the pirates are not dead yet, so we need to take care of the rest of them, just so that we can finish our mission right here and claim Bloodstone for ourselves. You stupid bastard! You bloody bastard. Okay, let our men deal with that. Let our men deal with that. Alan has actually obviously shown, well, I was just gonna say that he was actually a somewhat capable fighter, but yeah, he's just went down himself. That is to be expected. Come on. I apologize, but yeah, as you can hear, the sniffles are getting me. Alright, now that it's just my two knights, I definitely want them to charge in, because we need to be careful. We need to be careful because we're also taking quite some wounds here. I'm hoping that these two men will do their job and secure Bloodstone for ourselves. So, where are our enemies? I see that camps there. They have a cave there as well. Okay, our knights are charging forward. Interesting. There's two more men. We've already taken out their pirate leader, so that's good. Okay, now you're actually shooting. Stop the archer. Come on. Oh, wow. Okay, nice. Okay, was that it? Was that it? I don't think so. It might have been. It might have been it. Oh, yes, we are victorious. Now, this was at a high cost, because our wife, unfortunately, got knocked unconscious. So did Septon Allen. And I do apologize, but I will have to cut once more. So we have been victorious, and we're gonna have to go and meet with the Archon of Tyrosh because we want to get our reward. We want to make sure that we are now allowed to actually stay in Bloodstone, make this our home, and, well, rule as an independent lord, I guess. Although there was, you know, some talk of swearing allegiance to Tyrosh, which I'm not too sure about. But for now, I think the most important thing is that we want to have bloodstone under our control, and we want to make sure that the Tyroshi don't come after us, you know, it's sort of a sense like, oh yeah, you've taken it, thanks for getting rid of him, now we're gonna take the castle for ourselves. That would be terrible. Now for this, however, I will have to find the Archon first, and I don't know where he is. Now he's probably in Yanash or Stronghox somewhere. That's where he's usually been, but we need to find this through through the night here. Okay, come on, finally. This is just Magister Morio, okay. There he must be. This is the Archon. Okay, so let's talk to the Archon and see what he says, because he obviously has most of control about this area. So we meet again, of course we do, and yes, I have cleared out the pirates on Bloodstone. What do you say about this? Well, I'm glad they have been taken care of. Those islands are usually teeming with outlaws, but it hasn't been too bad lately. Well, it actually has been pretty bad lately. It's the king of the Stepstones. He already controls 5 of these islands. This seems like he is just trying to make our feat sound not as important, which I'm actually quite annoyed at. Yeah, I do imagine, and I know just what reward I'm thinking of, and you know as well. I want Bloodstone, my lord. I do want it. He's giving us 1,000 coins. He's not saying anything about Bloodstone. Okay, that is very strange. What about, let's see, do you have any tasks for you? You don't have any tasks. What if I become your vassal? Would I then be allowed to hold Bloodstone? You have yet to show yourself as a competent commander. I just killed the Pirate King. What more do you want? Okay, that is very interesting. So it seems as though my, well, my expectations sort of came true. I was expecting him to, I don't know. I was hoping that we would actually get control of Bloodstone, but I was kind of expecting that he might actually be not too interested after we've taken care of the Pirate King, and he's going to play it down, right? He's going to play like, oh, the pirates are not an actual threat. So this will probably cause some issues later on, but for now, as you can see, there's the entire army of the Disputed Lands as well as the Tyrosh. We won't be able to take them on at the moment. We need to grow our own strength if we want that. But I think for now, since no one else is claiming Bloodstone, we're going to make it our home anyways. But yeah, due to my health condition, I'm gonna have to cut this episode a little bit shorter today. Thank you guys for joining me, and we'll be back next time with some more action. Hopefully we're gonna have a bigger army by then, and hopefully we're also gonna have a new source of income, perhaps a productive enterprise, perhaps not. Now actually, before we end this episode, I think one more thing we should do is have a look at our character and see where we can improve. Now I've already improved our strength quite a bit. We also probably want to go ahead and improve our intelligence, although maybe some more weapon master would be a good idea as well. I think that's what we're going to go for. Increase our one-handed skill, and yeah, I'm going to close the episode on this. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.